Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the SimRapMarket.com National Series here from Daytona International Raceway. Getting ready for race number 13 of the season. As you can see, cars are on track. We actually don't have too many practice times out there right now because we just had a switchover from one server to the next due to this race accidentally being set up on an Australian server. So now we want to make sure we've got the right server. Of course, I had some great cameras set up in the last one. So while we have a moment, let's take a look at our points tonight. And that is the wrong thing that I want to have up on my screen. Here are the points here tonight. And doing them a little different than we normally do them. This is the points, top 26 in points. You can see them on the screen. Eric Schaefer is still at the top of the leaderboard. Cedric Hunter sits back in second. Alex Coffey, Warren Kyle Keith, and Craig Lautenschlager. Now, a lot of drivers I'm not seeing in the points here tonight. I'm not seeing them here on the racetrack. So this is going to make things shake up the points here a little bit. Let's scroll down to see some of the other drivers here in the point standings. As we get a couple of our cameras all set up for tonight while you're taking a look at the points. So again, this could shake things up quite a bit here tonight. At the same time, we do have the Sunoco series running at the exact same time. So that's another reason why we might see a few less drivers out on the racetrack here tonight. So, like I said, just getting some stuff set up here on my end, and we will be right back with the practice action here tonight. Brad Titus says we are having technical difficulties. Yeah, it looks like we had some technical difficulties, not just on the racers' end here tonight, but on our end here on Intensity as well, due to the issues with the wrong server. And but now that we've got that right, we're trying to get our camera angles set here. I always try to make some custom camera angles for you guys here tonight, and working on that right now. So we have a nice view here of the start-finish line, which will be our restart zone here tonight. Of course, we had the choose cone set for you as well. So let's see who's out on the racetrack, getting some laps in right now. The 77 of Brad Lautenschlager out on the racetrack. So far, it looks like we have about 13 drivers registered for the race now. So I'll go ahead and apologize for the delays now. Hey, it happens, not a big deal. Worse things have happened. Of course, like as I mentioned, we've got the Sunoco series going on at the same time, and of course it's going to make me sit through an advertisement. So if we go like this and then go back to side by side, I don't have a way to interact with that, so we're just going to go back to the broadcast for a moment. Well, we will have the side-by-side action available for the Sunoco series as well. Let's see if that's going to pop up for me now. There it is. See, they are currently under caution running at Darlington. Looks like they are on the one to go, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing over on V-Speed. So we'll check in with them periodically through the night, as we have, it looks like, about 50 seconds left before we get qualifying underway here. Of course, I want to thank everybody for joining us. It's, again, kind of a smaller field tonight, but we do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Kick, we do appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so every time we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. With about 10 seconds left, we're going to get right over into qualifying around this 2.5 mile super speedway. Speeds around 200 miles an hour in the draft. It's going to be an exciting one for sure. So checkered flag comes out here as Dusty Applin makes his way down into turn number 1. And I don't see our points leader in here tonight. Eric Schaefer's not in here. I also don't see some of the other Cedric Hunter I don't see in the race here tonight. I know a couple drivers said they weren't going to be able to make it for one reason or another. Well, let's see who we got making their way out onto the speedway first in this 10-minute qualifying session. Doesn't look like there's going to be too many clouds in the air here tonight. So drivers should be trying to make their way out onto the racetrack as quickly as possible. Of course, just a couple more races here before we go into... Actually, this is the last race before the playoffs. Playoffs start in 2 weeks at Myrtle Beach Speedway, so this would be the regular season finale. And you'd think some of the drivers on the bubble would be here. And it looks like I'm going to go to a different screen for a second here. I'm going to go to my Wreckage Rewind because I believe that the drivers, yeah, it looks like the reason why we're not seeing anybody is there is another session made. So bear with me just a moment. We're going to get over to the correct session. It looks like the third session that was made here tonight. While I do that, I'm going to go over into my starting soon, and I'll give you guys some music. I'll be right back with you.
Dank sound. What is that? It is over here. What a dank sound. What is that?
All right, it looks like we are back here at Daytona. Qualifying is underway, which means we'll take a look and see who is out on the racetrack right now getting their qualifying laps on. A lot more drivers here in this session. A couple of those drivers I was talking about that were missing from the previous session. We've got Warren Kyle Keith in here. I see Cedric Hunter in here as well. I swore I just saw Eric Schaefer. Yep, Eric Schaefer out on the racetrack. As we see the 42 of Barry Knapp making his way off of turn number 4. And down to pit road. Greg Lotschlager just got his qualifying attempt underway. Lucas Lyons coming down to take the white flag on his qualifying attempt. Looks like that's going to do it for him. Craig Parks also just came across the stripe and onto his second lap. See the 71 of Craig Parks now make his way into turn number 3. About 5 minutes left here in qualifying. Still a couple drivers left to qualify. Warren Kyle Keith, Chris Bishop, Cedric Hunter, Gary May, Tony Kivett, Josh Lokovitz, all left to get a qualifying attempt in. Timothy Stubblefield as well, also on his second lap. Brad Titus as well. Eric Schaefer. So quite a few drivers still left to make a qualifying attempt as Craig Parks goes sixth quickest. I'll try to say that 3 times fast. And Timothy Stubblefield down across the stripe. And Stubbs is going to move up into the 7th position. Here's Warren Kyle Keith coming down into turn number 1. Down along the backstretch into turn number 3. And you'll notice these cars don't really move around as much in the corner as most tracks, but you will notice that they move around quite a bit on the straightaways. At these speeds, these cars are actually planted much firmer down on the track in the corners than they are on the straightaways, as Warren Kyle Keith goes 2nd fastest. Here comes Chris Bishop through turns 3 and 4. And down to the stripe. Chris Bishop is going to move up into the 9th position. Here's Gary May out on the racetrack. I see these paint tabs are kind of flashing on and off because of the moves through the servers we've had to make. Down the backstretch, Gary May comes towards turn number 3. And a little high here. You want to be right down on that double yellow line. Making it the shortest way around the racetrack, off of turn number 4, through the short chute, down towards the stripe. He's going to take the white flag here. Tony Kivett also out on the racetrack, getting his qualifying underway, coming off of turn number 4, down the short chute, down towards the tri-oval. And Cedric Hunter just making his way out onto the racetrack. Ooh, having some issues leaving pit road. He's down, sliding through the grass as Tony Kivett comes off of turn number 2. And Gary May just making his way through turns 3 and 4. Down to the stripe. It doesn't look like Cedric Hunter is going to have enough time to get a qualifying lap in. So Gary May is going to move up into the 13th position. Here comes Kivett off of turn number 4. Coming down to the stripe. Is going to go 8th fastest. So while we've got about a minute left here in qualifying, we're going to take a quick break for the word from our series sponsor. And we are back and getting ready as the checker flag is out here with qualifying. So listening to the driver's meeting here, let's take a look at our starting grid. Lucas Lyons will be your pole sitter here tonight. Warren Kyle Keith going to start from the second position. Cody Kinsey and Eric Schaefer back in row number 2. Then Craig Lautenschlager and Dusty Applin in row number 3. Barry Knapp rolls off 7th with Tony Kivett back in 8th. Craig Parks and Chris Bishop round out row number 5. Cedric Hunter is going to roll off from the 11th spot with Timothy Stubblefield from 12th. 13th is going to be Brad Titus and Jason Hastings with Gary May and Josh Lokovitz back in row number 8. And rounding out the field tonight in 17th will be Spencer Gay. Again, I apologize for the doing this under the broadcast here, but we want to get our cameras set up once again. So give me just a brief second while the field is getting lined up here. We're going to get our Choose camera set up here for you guys tonight. And I had this all set up in the previous 2 servers, but due to having to switch servers a couple times, we lost our cameras. So we want to get these set up for you guys here tonight so we have some great views here. So here is our Choose camera that we'll have here tonight. And our other camera we want to set up for you guys will be this camera right here, which is going to give us a great view here of the start of the race as the field is just making their way up onto the racing surface. Getting ready here. Turn this down here. Again, we apologize for the ugliness here. Again, we had this all nice and set up for you guys here tonight before we had to change servers 2 or 3 times. So here we go. We are good to go. Field just making their way through turns 1 and 2 now. And while they're going down the backstretch, we'll take a quick peek in at what's going on in the Sunoco series. And that one's currently in a commercial, so we'll check back with that one in a little while. So Lucas Lyons on the pole, Warren Kyle Keith to his outside. Here at Daytona, it's going to be all about who you know, who you can work with. And with a small field like this, we've got a lot of teammates who are going to be all hooked up with each other. There's Big Fish Motorsports, Timothy Stubblefield, Josh Lokovitz, Brad Titus all going to be working together. Drinking Bros Racing, Cody Kinsey, Craig Parks, Eric Schaefer, Jason Hastings, Tony Kivett. DTH, Cedric Hunter, Chris Bishop, Craig Lautenschlager as the pace car takes the hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And the green flag is in the air. And we are racing Daytona. Cars get up to speed. We're seeing that bottom lane going to have the momentum and the strength in numbers as just 3 cars lined up on that top lane, led by Warren Kyle Keith. He's got quite a bit of help back there. Eric Schaefer and the 18 of Dusty Applin. So 3 different different teams working together up there on the high side, trying to get something going. Down on the bottom, we're going to see Lucas Lyons going to lead the first lap. He's getting a good push here from the 93 of Cody Kinsey as they go down. One car spinning in the back, and the caution is going to come out as they continue. Dickie Stubblefield down into the grass. Oh, makes contact with the inside safer barrier. That's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. Yeah, it looks like the incident was for the 92 of Stubblefield. Up on that high side, washes up the track, almost catches the track into Josh Lokenvitz. Catches that inside safer barrier pretty hard. It's going to be a decent amount of damage there to that 92 machine. Some of the camera views are a little loud and hard to hear me. I apologize for that. I'll see if I can turn things down just a little bit. So we're going to put up that replay screen real quick just so I can check my audio. It looks like the just double checking all my audio here. Give me just 1 second. Again, with all the issues we had tonight with the different servers here tonight, anything is possible. That my sound may have gotten a little bit messed up here tonight, so we're working on that right now. Taking a look at our sound options. Just a couple drivers coming down pit road here. And yeah, it looks like everything should be good now on my end. So we're going to come back to the broadcast. Again, if volumes are a little off here tonight, please let me know. Daytona, some of the cameras here, they can have a little bit of a different feel, if you will. We've got a second. Let's check in on the side-by-side here. So weird that they're doing the, what's it called? The pads over there on the YouTube trying to check in. See if it lets me interact all with this. There we go. We can see what's going on over there in the Cup Series. Looks like they got green flag pit stops currently. As looks like Steppen is your current leader. And we are going to be coming to 2 to go here. Don't think we're doing the choose just yet. Well, we are choosing, so I apologize for not having that over on my side. They didn't say anything, so I didn't hear anything. Looks like Cedric messed up here on the choose, so he's going to go back to the back of the pack. And the the chat. We see Let's Go DVR, Drinking Boys Racing. A couple drivers have been dropped back for incorrectly taking the choose. So Lucas Lyons is going to take the high side this time on the restart, putting Warren Kyle Keith down on the low side. In row number 2, we'll have Craig Lautenschlager with Cody Kinsey on the outside. Row 3 will be the 42 of Barry Knapp and the 71 of Craig Parks. Then Chris Bishop, Jason Hastings, Eric Schaefer, and Dusty Applin will be your top 10. Field makes their way off of turn number 4. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Green flag is in the air. We are back racing. As the field makes their way up to speed. Great jump for Lucas Lyons up on that high side. He's going to pull down in front of Warren Kyle Keith. And we take the lead of this race. One driver. It's Craig Lautenschlager. Looks like he might have just dropped on the server. Looks like he is back now. Had a little bit of a connection issue there. Be able to get things squared up as the field makes their way down the backstretch and into turn number 3. So on the side of a couple of these cars and having to lift down the backstretch not to get into the car in the back in front of them, coming down into the corner. As that 77 car continues to have a little bit of a connection issue here. Meanwhile, we see that top lane starting to go somewhere. That's Barry Knapp, Craig Parks, and Dusty Applin. Oh, Parks gets turned down into the 14 of Chris Bishop. Caution back out on the racetrack. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened with the 14 here. It doesn't look like there was really any contact here that sent the 71 down the racetrack. Here's a look at it here. Craig Parks, yeah, just gets a little loose on his own, comes down the racetrack into the 14 of Bishop. Goes for a long slide. Dusty Applin thought he was going to be clear of it. And then gets that little piece right there from Bishop. Applin trying to hold on to it, holding up on the high side, and then eventually just loops it around here. Looks like he just slides down through the infield. Able to lock it down. Doesn't look like he's going to hit anything else. But Chris Bishop, a ton of damage to that 14 machine. And it looks like his night would be, looks like it's going to be pretty much all but done. Josh Lokovich still out on the on pit road. Looks like his night is over as well. There's 71 of Craig Parks. Doesn't look like too much damage to this 71 machine. So he should be good here tonight. And I do see some issues with my microphone here. I'm going to see if I can get that fixed up here. And I do apologize if I've been going in and out here. So it sounds like the field will be choosing next time by. I'm seeing if I can get these. I'm just going to turn the compressor off. Hopefully that makes a difference here tonight for you. Again, let me know if the audio is having issues. Again, I do apologize if it is. As we get ready for the choose. Actually, the field making their way down the backstretch, so not quite ready for the choose just yet. I see Craig Lautenschlager still having that connection issue there. It looks like my choose camera that I made is not going to work here, unfortunately. So here comes the drivers down to the choose. And again, Lucas Lyons are going to choose the high side. Warren Kyle Keith on the low side. Craig Lautenschlager on the high side. Barry Knapp to the low side. Cody Kinsey up on the high side. How about Cedric Hunter coming back from that EOL for the bad choose a lap ago? He's now moved himself up into the 7th position. Going to be the 8th position up on the high side. Just heard Josh Lokovitz got his damage fixed. He is back out on the racetrack. He is several laps down. Five laps down. Brad Titus back on the racetrack. He is 4 laps down. As the field gets ready, I'm the one to go here. We're going to go back green flag racing. Again, 2 stages here tonight. First stage will be in 5 laps at lap 15. Our second stage will be at lap 30. And then we'll have the run to lap 85. Already, though, 2 cautions for incident. Pace car gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Field comes down to the restart zone. Green flag is in. We are back racing, and a great jump again for Lucas Lyons. Getting down into turn number 1. Field really spread out this time. It's Craig Lautenschlager coming to the back bumper of Lucas Lyons. Warren Kyle Keith really set out there by himself. Here comes some more help, though, as Barry Knapp up on the high side. We see Cody Kinsey up on the high side, although Cody almost went 3 wide there. And we see Cedric Hunter working that high line as well. Down the low side, our points leader. Eric Schaefer working that low side underneath. Second in points to 13 of Cedric Hunter as they come off of turn number 4. we've got a couple of distinct lines as we see the 77. Nobody really wants to work with him. He's having that connection issue, so everybody's jumped up to the high side. And I mean everybody's jumped up to the high side, and they're going to freight train Lucas Lyons here and Craig Lautenschlager up on the high side. Coming down the backstretch. So Craig Lautenschlager, when he's available to push, he is there and giving a strong push as he's almost pushing Lucas Lyons back up towards the lead. Again, all the cars working up on the high side. All the cars work down to the low side. Here comes Cody Kinsey down to the bottom, and then Lucas Lyons jumps up to the high side where he's going to get sucker hold here in the middle. No, he's going to dive all the way back down to the low side in front of Craig Lautenschlager and Cody Kinsey there. So down through turns 1 and 2, side by side. Still having that connection issue. Cody Kinsey, though, not afraid. Given the shove as they come down the backstretch. Ooh, Eric Schaefer doesn't like what he sees in front. He's going to pull down onto the apron and fall to the rear of the field. And with Craig Lautenschlager having that connection issue up there, you see him here and gone again. That might be a smart move to fall to the rear of the field, trying to stay out of trouble. There's a couple of cars back there as well that he can work with. Now Warren Kyle Keith down to the bottom, going to try to take the lead away from a Lucas Lyons down in through the tri-oval and into turn number 1. Door to door, side by side for the lead between Lucas Lyons and Warren Kyle Keith. Craig Lautenschlager again, still having that connection issue. That's really helping, or really hurting that bottom lane, because he's not able to push as strong as he would be able to, especially when he disappears like that. Yeah, they are side by side still for the lead. And how about the 13 of Cedric Hunter working that high lane right now, trying to get himself up towards the front. Now he's going to jump up to the 3rd lane, and they're going to be 3 wide coming down through the tri-oval. As the caution flies, that is the end of the stage, and Lucas Lyons is going to win the stage over Warren Kyle Keith, Craig Lautenschlager, Barry Knapp, Cedric Hunter, and Cody Kinsey. As the field gets all filed back up here under caution. And we'll take a look at the stage results here in just a moment. I think, actually, I apologize. Looks like Warren Kyle Keith might have got the stage win here. We're going to see where they all line up. So it's Lucas Lyons out in front, so he will be your stage winner. Warren Kyle Keith in 2nd, Craig Lautenschlager in 3rd, Barry Knapp and Cedric Hunter, your top 5. Dusty Applin comes home in 6th in the stage. 7th, Cody Kinsey, Jason Hastings, Spencer Gay, and Tony Kivett will be your top 10 in the stage as we get ready for pit stops to get underway. And Lucas Lyons going to stay out along with Craig Lautenschlager, Cedric Hunter, Dusty Applin. Looks like Timothy Stubblefield also going to stay out on the racetrack. So quite a few drivers. Trying some different strategies here tonight. See Warren Kyle Keith still on pit road. The first one off pit road will be Cody Kinsey. Then Warren Kyle Keith will come off 2nd. Barry Knapp comes off pit road. Still have quite a few drivers getting ready to come off pit road. Here comes the 05 of Gary May, Eric Schaefer. And while we're under caution here, we're going to have a quick word from our series sponsor. So they will be pitting this time, or not pitting, choosing this time by. Let's see if we can get that choose in for you. So Lucas Lyons choosing the inside lane here on this restart. Putting Craig Lautenschlager to the high side. Dusty Applin going to restart in third with Cedric Hunter back in fourth. Ricky Stubblefield will restart fifth. Cody Kinsey up in sixth. Warren Kyle Keith in seventh. And then the 05 of Gary May in eighth. Gary Knapp and Eric Schaefer will round out the top 10. Field gets ready to go back, green flag racing. And don't forget, 2 weeks from now, the SimRapMarket.com National Series will be taking on Myrtle Beach Speedway in the first race of the playoffs. So don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe so you know when the playoffs start here on Intensity Broadcasting. So here we go. Lucas Lyons getting ready to lead the field back to the green. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. The field making their way to the restart zone. Lucas Lyons is going to hit that loud pedal. We're going to go back green flag racing here. Down into turn number one, Dusty Applin right there on the back bumper of Lucas Lyons. Gets a great run here off of turn number two. Here comes Timothy Stubblefield, who was involved in an earlier incident. Got that car fixed back up. He's back up to speed. Him and Warren Kyle Keith were just making a great move as Dusty Applin stays down on the bottom and Lucas Lyons jumps up to the high side in front of Craig Lautenschlager. Looks like Lautenschlager's connection issue has cleared up because he is not blinking anymore as the field makes their way off of turn number four. As I say that, we see that double set blink once again. The field makes their way off of trioval and into turn number one. Side by side for the lead as Lautenschlager jumps down to the low side. Lyons, Cedric Hunter, and looks like Cody Kinsey, hooked up on that high side. Down on the bottom, we've got Lautenschlager, Dusty Applin, and Timothy Stubblefield. And again, Timothy Stubblefield does have a little bit of damage to that machine. It looks like he's able to stay right here with our leaders. They come off of turn number four and down through the tri-oval. Lucas Lyons continues to lead. He's getting pushed now by Cedric Hunter. And we know Hunter, he's going to aggressively move down to the low side and try to take the lead away from Lucas Lyons as they come down the backstretch. Hunter trying to get a push here from the 77 of Lautenschlager. Dusty Applin in tow as well. Low lane starting to have a little bit more energy as field makes their way down into turn number three. Cedric Hunter trying to get that push to the front, but Lucas able to hold on to the top spot up on the high side as Seies takes the lead away going through turns 1 and 2. Is he going to slide up to the top lane? Or is he going to stay right there on the bottom with the 77, who's been having connection issues all night long? That's going to slow down that bottom lane. That's going to give Lucas Lyons an opportunity to get back up. As ooh, the 8 of Titus. Through 3 and 4. He's able to hold on to it there. What a save as he's going to slide back through the field. We just have a few laps to go here in the stage. Again, stage and lap 30. Ryan's going to tuck down in line in the 3rd spot. As Dusty Applin's going to move up to the high side behind Lyons. Cody Kinsey going to try to help out. Timothy Stubblefield. Jason Hastings is coming to this mix as well up on that high side. So 5 cars working up on the high side with 3 cars down on the low side, not really hooked up together. That's going to transfer that up to the high side. They're going to be able to get moving here soon. As that high lane starts to come together. More drivers moving up to that high lane as well. Lyons able to get back to the lead. Dusty Applin give him a huge push here. Trying to move that 25 solidly into the lead. And that 93 of Cody Kinsey trying to push through as well. This is not what Cedric wants to see right now. Is that bottom lane starting to struggle. As much as he can with Craig Lautenschlager, as that is his teammate, even though he's having a connection issue. He wants him to stay right there tucked in on the back bumper as the field makes their way off of turn number 4 through the short chute down to the tri-oval, where we're going to have just 5 laps to go here. Tight the racing is here. Very few here from Jason Hastings, and you can see drivers doing a little bit of lifting here, trying not to get too close to each other. It can really upset these cars, especially with that small spoiler. The side draft is really strong on these cars, even with that little spoiler back there. And if you're not familiar with the side draft, that's when these drivers get right. Oh, Titus gets really loose there on the low side. He's still trying to hang on to it. Another great save for that 8 machine. There's a lot of damage to that 8 machine. I'm sure it's affecting his handling. But going back to the side draft, if you can position your car right on the quarter panel of the car next to you, you can actually take the wake of air coming off your car and dump it onto that little spoiler back there, which will actually slow that car down quite a bit. Now these cars don't have a giant spoiler, so that's why you're seeing drivers like Titus having a little bit of issues there, getting a little loose. These cars are not connected to the track quite as good as the Cup cars or even the trucks. Dump that air on that spoiler as they run here. You can see that spoiler is really out of the air, really tucked in behind that back window, and really creates a real slick stream for these cars. So when you can dump any air onto that back spoiler, it is going to slow them down tremendously. And we've seen that a couple times already here as the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4. We have just a couple of laps left here in the stage as Lucas Lyons and Cedric Hunter continue to do battle for the top spot. Cedric Hunter solidly out in front of Lucas Lyons here as they come down the backstretch once again. Big wiggle out of Dusty Applin. That's going to separate the 25 and the 18. That's going to give that energy back to the low side. We should see Cedric Hunter getting a bit of a run here, although, as I say that, the 77 disappears yet again. It's making it really hard for that inside lane to get anything going. As they come down the backstretch, you can see a couple different packs. Way in the back, Craig Parks and Warren Kyle Keith have lost the draft. They're running way back here by themselves, along with Eric Schaefer running alone. And with the stage coming up, that's going to help them get caught back up as we see the side draft starting to come across as the stage ends here. And I apologize, I thought we had one more lap until the end of the stage, so we'll go back and take a look at the race to the stage end here. As they were side by side, not quite as 3 wide as they were the first time. Coming down, we see the 25 try to use that side draft. Dusty Applin try to go up to the high side, and it looks like Lucas Lyons might have had that by a hair. As the field all gets checked up here for the pace car. Everybody trying to get in line here before making their way to pit road. It looks like Cedric Hunter did get the stage win this time. Lucas Lyons in second, Dusty Applin back in third, Craig Lautenschlager and Cody Kinsey, your top 5. Timothy Stubblefield in 6, Barry Knapp, Tony Kivett, Jason Hastings, and Spencer Gay. And I imagine we'll see the entire field making their way down pit road this time. As everybody tries to get fueled up for the final run to the checkers. Everybody down pit road. Is there going to be anybody who's going to try to gamble here? Maybe take 2 tires. Try to get the fastest pit stop they can, although they do have to fill the tank completely. So for some people, it might make sense just to put 4 tires on as the race off of pit road is going to be won by Lucas Lyons. Then Warren Kyle Keith comes off second, Cody Kinsey third. Craig Lautenschlager, Timothy Stubblefield, Barry Knapp, Cedric Hunter, Spencer Gay, Gary May, and Dusty Applin. As we get ready here, we're going to have another word from our series sponsor. as the drivers get ready to come down to the choose cone. Looks like, let's see where Lucas Lyons comes in this time by. Looks like he's going to stay down on the bottom, putting Warren Kyle Keith up on the high side. Transition back over to the side-by-side here for a second, see what's going on in the Cup race. There's a great battle going on over there in the Cup Series. Looks like Stuntman still over in the lead over Wilson. So it gives you an idea what's going on over at the original Super Speedway Darlington. We'll come back over here to our race, and again, we want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Kick, we do appreciate you joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, we can't do this without our great partners, such as the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. So here we go, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Pace car dives back down on the pit road. Lucas Lyons leads him back down to the starting zone yet again. Green flag is in the air. We are racing. This time, Craig Launchlinger stuck back in the back of the back. No help up on the high side. He's going to dive in. Back in the third position as the field makes their way down the backstretch. Now you see that double yellow line. You cannot pass below that double yellow line. You have to be a little careful there. Coming down the backstretch, getting forced down below the line. Barry Knapp, Eric Schaefer working together up on that high side. They've got a head of steam. Here comes Warren Kyle Keith jumping up. He saw that run coming. He's going to try to work up there with Knapp and Schaefer. Does anyone have anything for Lucas Lyons here tonight, as he's been dominating up on that front row. He's had a little bit of competition from Cedric Hunter. Hunter, though, currently back in the 13th position and falling back a little bit. A couple different packs starting to form up. Great view here from the iRacing blimp as Warren Kyle Keith is going to take over the lead, leaving Barry Knapp up on the high side, but Knapp getting the help now from Schaefer and the 71 of Craig Parks. Parks was caught up in an incident not that long ago, and you can see he is staying right there, glued to the back bumper of Eric Schaefer as they come down through the tri-oval. So, the 8 of Titus again. High side. He's been struggling with the loose car all night long. Fall back to the back of the back. Our field comes down into turn number 3. Again, Barry Knapp trying to lead that high lane to the promised land. As now Lyons and Stubblefield jump up to that high side, and they're going to try to take the lead away from Warren Kyle Keith. high lane again, has more cars in it. It's going to have more energy. You see the 82 is Spencer Gay back there, not quite close enough to Eric Schaefer to move him forward to help Cody Kinsey and the 21 of Warren Kyle Keith. As the field comes down across the stripe to complete lap number 36. We have 40 laps to go here in the competition, or 49 laps, excuse me, to go here in the competition. We're starting to see, we're seeing another car having a connection issue. That's the 93 of Cody Kinsey is going to jump up to the high side. Try to pull that 25 along. There goes Warren Kyle Keith. He got a little too far out in front of the pack. He is about to get swallowed up here as the 25 of Lucas Lyons charges around the outside. Now Warren Kyle Keith got picked up, and ooh, big wiggle out of Barry Knapp back there. Able to hold on to it. Push. As I believe we might have had Craig Parks get into the back of Barry Knapp as he was trying to push Lucas Lyons. He's going to jump back out to the high side. As Spencer Gay's now trying to make his way into this mix. Pick up Cedric Hunter back into the pack here as well. So Eric Schaefer, who lost the pack in the previous run, fell all the way back to the last car on the lead lap, running in the third position. And ooh, we see Cedric Hunter onto the apron, got a little loose down there. And he was able to gather it up. You see the 8 of Brad Titus now trying to mix it up in here again as well. Front of the field starting to get a little more single file as that bottom lane starting to be the dominant lane. Fall backwards just a little bit. While we take an opportunity to listen to these cars in full song with a little bit of pumping up. The sights, the sounds here from Daytona International Raceway as these drivers up around 190 miles an hour around this track. And you see how tightly they're still packed up as Warren Kyle Keith continues to lead Still getting shoved here by Cody Kinsey. Lucas Lyons trying to get something going up on that high side. Hasn't had enough strength and numbers up on that high side yet. There's only 4 cars up there as Lucas Lyons now going to tuck down into the bottom row in front of Spencer Gay. Now he's going to jump back up to the top. Looks like he's trying to get a little run here. And Cody Kinsey going up top there. Going to throw a little bit of a block. Going to try to use that energy. And he's going to try to lead a lap here. Kinsey not able to get anything really straight up there on that high side. He's got Lucas Lyons now trying to give him a shove as they come down the back. Eric Schaefer with the big shove on Warren Keith, trying to keep that 21 car out in front. Movement in the back. Looks like we do have one driver who Josh Lokovitz has lost the pack. Currently running back in the 16th position. He is 5 laps down. Brad Titus, who is currently being scored 3 laps down, hanging on to the tail end of the lead pack. A lot of aggressive pushing and shoving happening here at the front, and Eric Schaefer almost just right reared Warren Keith, able to hold on to it, but he's going to slide up to the high side in front of Cody Kinsey, and Schaefer going to try to take the lead here away on lap number 45. He gets turned down to the bottom. Schaefer, big wreck. This is going to be the big one here tonight. They are still wrecking coming down through turns 1 and 2. Caution is out. Warren Keith's car is destroyed. Dusty Applin, part of that as well. Spencer Gay getting a piece of it. That's going to bring out a wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what brought out this caution. Trying to find the best view of this one. Looks like we're going to take this one back from the blimp. And we see the 4 here going down into the corner. May have gotten a little bit of a shove there that turns him down the racetrack. Gets down onto the fly of the apron, tries to hold on to it. Ends up coming back up the track in front of Warren Keith. There goes Spencer Gay trying to cut the gap there, the 25. Gets of Lucas Lyons destroyed in this one. Dusty Applin. You see look at Timothy Stubblefield just sliding through the through that one there as the rest of the field comes through. Cedric Hunter down on the grass. I don't think he got any anything in this. Let's roll along here with and see what he saw. We'll ride back just a little bit. We did get a little piece of Spencer Gay there. The one I really want to look at, though, let's take a look here at Timothy Stubblefield. Stubbs was able to make a huge move through this right here. Watch this move. Seies just part. He makes his way right on through. As all hell breaks loose in his mirror. So everybody comes down pit road except for Gary May. Of course, Josh Lukovitz has to stay out on the racetrack as he is being scored a couple laps down. Cody Kinsey, the first driver off of pit road. Barry Knapp gets off. Timothy Stubblefield back and forth, and then looks like the rest of the field still down on pit road. Trying to get a lot of their damage fixed as we see, man, quite a few drivers here on pit road. We see Tony Kivett on pit road. Cedric Hunter got a little bit of damage there. Craig Leinschlager, Dusty Applin, Craig Parks, Lucas Lyons with a lot of damage. That 25 is absolutely destroyed. So what started off as a small field to begin with is an even smaller field now. And I know Josh Lokovitz, you would think, why, if you're 5-6 laps down, would you stay out there and try to run laps even though you know you're off the pace? Well, this is exactly why. The big one can take out so many cars, and this gives him an opportunity to gain quite a few spots back. So you're never truly out of it as far as points go here at a super speedway. Now Gary May is going to come down pit road, so that's going to shake things up a little bit as well. So the lights are off on the pace car. Eric Schaefer saying he really doesn't know what happened. The car just spun around on him. Didn't look like there was any contact. It just got loose, and that's what happened. As Cedric Hunter was able to get back out onto the racetrack, he did not lose a lap. Although we do still have Tony Kivett back on. Oh, it looks like Brad Titus has gotten a couple laps back. He's now just 2 laps down, running back in what is going to be now the 9th position due to the big wreck. Dusty Applin looks like he is retired from the race. Looks like this restart's going to pretty much be a single file restart. So that is going to put just 7 cars on the lead lap in contention for the win. However, how many of these drivers have a lot of damage? We'll have to see how this plays out here in the final 37 laps of the event. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. Yeah, single file, pretty much a single file restart here. We'll have to see who's got damage, who's able to keep up here. There's one car leaving pit road here. That is the 76 of Kivett. They'll get back out onto the racetrack. And the driver I am really watching right now is this 92 of Timothy Stubblefield, who was able to get through the incident when the Seies parted right in front of him. Did not get any damage. Now he's working through the field as we see the 93 of Cody Kinsey go up to the high side. Here comes Cedric Hunter making it 3 wide behind. Hunter being aggressive here after that incident. Didn't get too much damage, just a little bit of a door-to-door bang with Spencer Gay. Got that car fixed up, and he's trying to work that high side by himself as Barry Knapp goes to the lead with Timothy Stubblefield down in the position. That Jorgensen goes, come on. As Timothy is sitting back there in that second position, he's got Eric Schaefer right behind. He's trying to get something going up here. He is the only driver on Big Fish Motorsports that is still currently on the lead lap. Stubblefield looks up to the high side. He's got no help though. He's got help coming in the form of Jason Hastings up on that high side. And we see Cody Kinsey going up there as well as Barry Knapp. Out in front of him by quite a bit now. And that is not what you want to be. You want to be out in front of somebody by more than a car length. As Eric Schaefer now jumps up to the high side. And he's going to get around the 42 of Barry Knapp. Knapp, though, getting a big shove here from the 13 of Cedric Hunter. As we have just 35 laps to go, Eric Schaefer up on that high side. Timothy Stubblefield, Cody Kinsey. Here comes Brad Titus up into the mix here as well. Can Josh Logovitz jump up there and try to help his Big Fish Motorsport teammate, Timothy Stubblefield? Schaefer working that high side. Trying to get something going up there with Stubblefield. And Kinsey. Right now that bottom lane's being a little bit more hooked up. They have a little bit more energy. And Schaefer's going to drive down to the bottom, trying to side draft Barry Knapp and Cedric Hunter as they come off of turn number 4. Stubb almost got into the back of Schaefer in not a really good place. It's going to send Schaefer up the track, and Stubblefield's going to take the 49 of Jason Hastings. Pace looks like it's starting to drop a little bit as we got a 3-wide battle for the lead. Cedric Hunter on the bottom, Barry Knapp in the middle. The 49 of Jason Hastings up on the high side. Oh, Hastings goes for a ride up into the wall. We stay green as they continue. Oh, Brad Titus and Josh Lokovitz down through the grass. As we go back and take a look here to see what happened to the 49, we saw the 3-wide move up on the high side. Stubblefield right there on the back bumper. Is he going to get into the back of the 49? Or is the 49 just tries to come down the track and he comes down too quickly. And again, Stubblefield right there in the right place at the right time. He was able to get through that one. So now Barry Knapp and Timothy Stubblefield lined back up 1-2. Eric Schaefer and Cedric Hunter. 3 and 4 as now we see Cody Kinsey with the big road on the high side as they're going to go 3-wide again for the lead. Cody Kinsey up on the high side. Timothy Stubblefield in the middle. Kinsey's going to come away with the race lead. 5-car battle for the race win. We have just 30 laps to go when we cross the line next time. And looks like, I believe that's Gary May, who's starting to lose this group in front of him, and you can see the gap to the cars in front. Although he's got enough of the draft. We're going to ride along here with Gary May because he is catching the cars in front of him incredibly quickly. See that lead coming down. And that's just how strong the draft is here at Daytona. He was able to catch right back up to the field. This field comes up on the lap car. That's Spencer Gay staying down on the bottom. As Cody Kinsey's going to lose the lead here to Barry Knapp, who again works the bottom lane with Timothy Stubblefield in tow. Three-ride racing behind as Eric Schaefer is trying to go around Cody Kinsey up on the high side. And Jason Hastings down on pit road. Way too much damage to continue. So we have a 6-car battle for the race win. And with 6 cars here, we wonder if we'll see any of the old school type tandem racing that we used to see. Everybody can get hooked up with each other. The big question is, how many teammates are out here right now? Well, you've got Barry Knapp. Try to see who he's teammates with here. Well, his only teammate in the race was Warren Kyle Keith, and Kyle Keith is out of the race. Timothy Stubblefield, his teammates are pretty much out of the race as well. Well, you've got Cody Kinsey, Eric Schaefer. Those two are teammates. They can get hooked up here. Cedric Hunter, Gary May, they have nobody to work with here as well. So the only two drivers that have each other to work with would be Eric Schaefer in the 4 and Cody Kinsey in the 93. We have 27 laps to go, quickly closing in on the end of the race. Stubblefield kind of taking his time now, riding behind Barry Knapp. Schaefer and Gary May starting to fall away from the back of the pack just a little bit. Now they're catching back up. May again losing the pack just a little bit. But we've seen just how strong the draft here and how quickly you can pull right back to the field. See that speedometer in the bottom right corner. Now your leader is doing about 180, 181. While your leader is doing 180, 182. Gary May was just doing 106 entering the corner. And you see just how quickly he's starting to catch back up to this group. He's able to get moving going here. Tuck back and line down Schaefer, which he will. The other question is, how much fuel do these drivers have on board with 25 laps to go? Are they going to have to come down pit road one more time? Your top 6 still right around here, nose to tail. If anybody is burning the most fuel right now, it is that 42 of Barry Knapp being your leader. And that's why drivers like Cedric Hunter, Eric Schaefer, they don't want to be the leader right now because they know that when you're out in front, pushing the air, it causes you to burn a lot more fuel than the drivers behind. The drivers behind can all run like half throttle, and stay right in pace with the leader. So we'll have to see if anybody has to make their way down pit road as we are coming to 22 laps to go when we cross the line next time by. And we talked about Josh Lokovitz, involved in an early incident, got a lot of damage, went multiple laps down. Look at him now, still out of the racetrack, not running with the pack, running all alone here, but now has himself a top 10 up into the 9th position. Same thing with Tony Kivitt out there making some laps in the 8th spot. And Brad Titus, another one who's had some issues here tonight, finds himself up into the 7th position. Again, running by himself, but able to gain some spots as the race goes on. Our leader's coming up on the lap car of, looks like that is Spencer Gay, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, Spencer Gay's off the racetrack. Not sure who that was if the field just went on by. That was Craig Parks if the field just went right on by. Or nope, I lied. That was Tony Kivitt. Just went right on by. So Barry Knapp up on the high side. Looks like he might have heard me saying that he's burning more gas out there, and he might be trying to fall to the back here and try to save a little bit of fuel. Not really sure what happened there to move Knapp out of the lead. He's out there all by himself. Let's take a quick look to see. Looks like Barry Knapp just washed up the track a little bit. Stubblefield was able to get around, and now we've got Timothy Stubblefield out into the lead of this race as we are coming to 20 laps to go. Top 6 starting to break up just a little bit. Gary May is off the pack again by just over a second. That's a dangerous spot. That 1 second mark is where you really start to lose the draft. We'll have to see if he's able to climb back up to these drivers. Let's see Cedric Hunter trying to take over the lead here with Barry Knapp up on the high side. Stubblefield has no help from behind as Cody Kinsey is about a car length back. Now Stubblefield's going to get a little bit more help on the low side as they're going to go side by side through the tri-oval. Cedric Hunter's going to barely take the lead back away from Timothy Stubblefield. Are we going to see some kind of tandem race here with just 6 cars in the lead here in the contention for the win? Could we see a surprise winner here tonight? Somebody like Barry Knapp or Timothy Stubblefield or Cody Kinsey or even they continue to go side by side for the race lead. Cedric Hunter just barely out in front that time. And again, these drivers were last on pit road on lap 46. And they can really only go about, let's take a look here, see if I can find the race information here. these Xfinity cars can only go about 35 laps on fuel, which would bring us to about 5 to go. So I imagine these drivers are going to make their way down pit road before this one's over, and green flag pit stops can really shake things up here. You see Cedric Hunter getting a good shove here from Timothy Stubblefield to try to move around Barry Knapp. As the field makes their way through the short chute down to the start-finish line, we'll have just 16 laps to go. So when does everybody come? Or has everybody saved enough fuel to make it to Barry Knapp hasn't been being out in front for as long as he was, and now he's running up on that high side, taking the longer way around the racetrack. He is definitely burning more fuel than some of these other drivers, especially drivers like Gary May, Eric Schaefer, Cody Kinsey. They've been able to save a little bit more fuel than Barry Knapp has, and now Cedric Hunter up front. We'll have to see who comes down pit road when, or if this whole group pits as one. It's another game that drivers might be playing right now. They might be trying to see who's going to play chicken here. Who's going to be the first driver to make a mention of coming down pit road? Because they all have to be around the same fuel right now. We should see something happen here within the next 5 laps. Barry Knapp again still running all by himself. Now he's finally going to tuck in line behind Cody Kinsey. As the entire rest of the field, all 6 drivers get lined up nose to tail. And we have 14 laps to go. They are coming up on a couple lap cars here in front. You see, I believe that's Brad Titus in that mix. Craig Parks. And Tony Kivet. So lap cars, you see Kivet going to drop down onto the apron, let the leaders right on by. As Cody Kinsey thought about trying to make it a move to the outside of Timothy Stubblefield. Tucks back in line. As we see Brad Titus and Craig Parks going to stay up on the high side now with the leaders by. Down on the low side. They come down the backstretch, single file now. Again, speed's looking normal right now, so it's going to slow down, trying to save fuel at this point in time. Although another couple cars coming to the mix here. Brad Titus and the 71 of Craig Parks able to hold on to this group. Could one of them play spoiler here and help another driver get the win here as we have just 12 laps to go? Eric Schaefer thought about making a move to the high side. He tucks back in line, loses a little bit of momentum. As Hunter continues to lead laps here, again, burning the most fuel. So if anybody's going to have to come down pit road, it's going to be Cedric Hunter and Barry Knapp. Going to be the 2 that are going to have to come down the earliest. As here goes Barry Knapp back up to the high side, trying to use a little side draft here on Timothy Stubblefield and try to take the lead away by himself up on the high side. thought about cutting down in front of Cody Kinsey. Now he's going to pull down there. He got a little loose there. Thinking about making that move that first time. As the field surpasses pit road yet again, and we are coming to just 10 laps to go. Now Eric Schaefer working in high lane by himself, and try to get around by himself up there. But he's going to need a little bit more help, and here it comes in the form of Cody Kinsey moving up to that high side as well. Well, that run stalls out there for Eric Schaefer. He's going to tuck it back in line behind Barry Knapp as the field makes their way off of turn number 4. And 9 laps to go. As I mentioned, these drivers were all down 46. We went back, green flag racing, I believe 48. Double checking my math right now. Yes, we went back, green flag racing on lap 47. Drivers are going to really try to stretch this fuel run here. Wish there was somebody in the chat watching who has an idea what these drivers have for fuel left. Barry Knapp now trying to take the lead away up on the high side by himself. See Timothy Stubblefield giving that big shove to Cedric Hunter down the backstretch and into turn number 3. See if Knapp tries to cut down here in front of Eric Schaefer. If he's going to stay up on that high side, he will stay up there. Thought about making moves, wasn't clear. He's going to get another run here on the outside with a little bit of a side draft. 7 laps to go. Cedric Hunter solidly out in front. They had a big shove here from Timothy Stubblefield. We know if there's any run to the outside, especially in the last lap, that Timothy Stubblefield can try to block and take for himself to get to the lead, we know he's going to take it. As Barry Knapp continues to run up on that high side by himself. We are coming back to 6 laps to go. Barry Knapp still working up on that high side. Cedric Hunter continues to try to push, or get pushed here by the 42 of Timothy Stubblefield as they make their way off of turn number 4. When they cross the line this time, we'll have just 5 laps to go. As we see Eric Schaefer trying to work that high side here with his teammate, Cody Kinsey. Now we're going to tuck that Cedric Hunter and Timothy Stubblefield. Down the backstretch they come. And we see Schaefer and Kinsey now starting to fall back a little bit, and I think that's by design. You saw the runs that Gary May was getting by hanging back there earlier. That might be what those two are trying to do here, try to hang back just a little bit. Stubblefield and Knapp almost get together there to try to get a strong run here to pass those three cars out in front. As Stubblefield pushes up the track just a little bit, that gets Bill just a little bit higher. And again, I thought fuel was going to be a bit of a concern here. It doesn't look like it will be. As again, Eric Schaefer and Cody Kinsey fall back just a little bit further. Coming through the short chute towards the tri-oval. We'll have just 3 laps to go. Don't count out Gary May back there. He's got some help back there in the form of Brad Titus and Tony Kivett. And here comes that run that I thought we were going to see to the outside. 3 wide down through turns 1 and 2. Eric Schaefer up on the high side. He gets up into the outside wall. That's going to slow the momentum of him and Cody Kinsey down. Of course, they did it early enough where they're able to gather things up and try it again. So they got plenty of time to regroup and try to make this run yet again. As Barry Knapp runs way up the racetrack this time, brings it down, trying to get a little speed down off the corner. Now he's going to push high yet again, use that momentum to run himself out to the high side as we go 2 laps to go. And here comes Schaefer and Kinsey yet again, making it 3 wide down towards turn number 1. For the lead, Schaefer up on the high side. Cody Kinsey trying to give him a shove. Barry Knapp now runs up the track. He's going to block that move. He's going to get suckered in the middle though now as we see Brad Titus and Tony Kivett working up on that high side, trying to help Schaefer and Kinsey. As they are still 3 wide with Timothy Stubblefield and Cody Kinsey. Eric Schaefer tries to run down the track as they are coming down to the white flag. Eric Schaefer just barely out in front right now as Barry Knapp gets slid through the middle here. White flag is in the air, 1 lap to go. They make contact, Stubbs gets turned around. Eric Schaefer to the lead. It's going to be a 2-car battle here for the lead. As Brad Titus right now is out of this race. He's a couple laps down, running back in 7th. And it's going to be a drag race here for the race win. Eric Schaefer gets out in front of Cedric Hunter as they come down the backstretch for the final time. Schaefer down to the bottom of the track. He's going to try to block this 13's momentum no matter where he goes here. As they come off of turn number 4, can Cedric Hunter do anything? Coming back to the line. He's going to look to the outside. Going to tuck in behind. And Eric Schaefer is going to sweep Daytona here in the SimWrapMarket.com National Series. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened here to as they're coming down to the white or through the white flag here. We see Barry Knapp in the middle. They're 3 wide. Cody Kinsey up on that high side. And Timothy Stubblefield down on the low side. It looks like Knapp and Kinsey made a little bit of contact there. Shoves the 42 down the track. Timothy Stubblefield gets right reared. Right up into the outside wall. Gary May gets hit from behind from the 71. And that allows Barry Knapp to sneak on through. And he's going to get 3rd place, and he's going to get the final podium position. As Eric Schaefer is going to make his way down to the start-finish line where he is going to celebrate his race win. down in the grass there. I don't know how much fuel he had left in that car, but we are going to take a look at our final results. Again, we see Eric Schaefer getting the win. Cedric Hunter comes home P2. Barry Knapp comes home third. Gary May and Cody Kinsey, your top five. Timothy Stubblefield comes home in sixth. Brad Titus seventh. Josh Lokovich, Tony Kivett, and Craig Parks, your top 10. 11th will be Jason Hastings. 12th, Craig Lautenschlager. Lucas Lyons comes home 13th. Dusty Applin 14th. Spencer Gay in 15th. Warren Kyle Keith comes home 16th. Chris Bishop in the 17th position. And that is the final spot here tonight at Daytona. So you see Eric Schaefer still celebrating his win. And while we wait for our top three to come down to the waiting room, we'll have a word from our series sponsor. And let's see if we got our top three in the waiting room yet. We've got two just waiting for Barry Knapp to come down. Don't know if he's going to make it down into the, let's move him down to the waiting room here. As we get ready to talk to our top three finishers, starting with your third place finisher, Barry Knapp. Barry, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Man, great run for you here tonight, coming home third. I know it was kind of a mess there on that final lap. I think fuel was kind of short for you guys there too, but you guys were able to make it to the end. I know you were trying to work that high side by yourself at one point, just not able to get anything going up there. But talk us through the race and talk us through the wildness that happened here tonight around you.
Oh, I don't know, just kind of holding my time. If I just wish somebody just helped me out a little bit, but kind of just side drafting them and just holding, and I don't know, just trying to hold my ground, and wish somebody would have helped me out a little bit, maybe, towards the end.
I know it's really hard to run these super speedway races, especially when you don't have any help there with you. Looks like I can't remember who your teammates are, but it looks like I think it was Warren Kyle Keith was in there. You really didn't have anybody to really help you with tonight. I know he got caught up in that incident early and got taken out. So how much harder is it to run these races when you really have nobody there to help you?
I don't know. You just kind of, when you got a shot, you take it. I mean, I kind of just biding your time, and if you got a hole, and then fill it, but kind of just wait, I don't know, just one of those deals, super speedway racing,
Well, it's a good points night for you, at least here tonight, coming home on the podium in third, Barry. And, of course, before we let you go, we always got to give you the floor. Anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Just thank my wife for letting me play.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck. Next week we move to Myrtle Beach. How do you like your chances at the short track?
A lot better than this one, a lot more entertaining,
For sure. Well, good luck next week at Myrtle Beach. Again, congratulations on the podium here tonight, Barry, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks. I almost logged out. I forgot all about it. I was on the podium.
Have a great night tonight.
I'd see it.
Here's your third place finisher, Barry Knapp. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Cedric Hunter. Cedric, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, a wild race here tonight, even though it wasn't a high car count. It was a high action there, especially towards the end of the race. I know you're able to avoid a couple big wrecks right there around you. The first big one, I know you went down through the grass. Looks like you got a little bit of damage to the front splitter. Made a little contact there with Spencer Gay, but able to get back out there and almost winning here tonight. Talk us through that and how the car was there, especially at the end after that damage.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like the car maybe was missing just a tad bit of pace. Like I couldn't get like the runs that Barry and I guess even Eric a couple times there when they solo just kind of went to our outside and got side by side with me. Like I don't feel like my car would have been able to do that. Like we still had like a minute 45 of damage on the car, so I don't know. Like my plan for that race was obviously save fuel because I thought that it was going to become a fuel mileage race at the end there, and then realized it wasn't. So then I just figured, I might as well get up front and lead as many laps as I can, and with a little bit of luck on my side, hopefully they wreck and somehow I pull off the win. But we were so close. Everybody died there coming to the white except for Eric. So I knew kind of when we were side by side that he was definitely going to get the runs off me there off the corners, and I think he had better straightaway speed regardless. So and then of course the 8 was coming, and I tried to slide up and prevent the 8 from pushing the 4. So unfortunately, he kind of backed off too, I guess, right before he got to my bumper. I would have loved a push there. That would have been great, but it is what it is. Yeah, not a huge field tonight. It's kind of unfortunate. I guess there was a mishap with scheduling for both leagues, kind of, the races being at the same time, but it is what it is. I don't know. I guess I don't know who made the playoffs technically, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm assuming tomorrow. I think we'll have a pretty fun playoffs, and hopefully we can make it to the championship round, and then have a shot at competing for a championship.
Yeah, speaking of playoffs, a wide variety of different tracks. You've got the short track at Myrtle Beach, some road course racing at Watkins Glen, Texas, Michigan, Talladega, and Las Vegas, which are kind of all crapshoot races. Because Texas, especially the new Texas, has been really racy in the series I've been running in. So and Michigan as well. So it looks like a lot of movement can happen here in these playoffs. I know we're going to the Myrtle Beach in 2 weeks. How you like your chances at the short track there?
I don't think I've ever ran there, so if I don't already own the track, I'm gonna have to buy it, and I don't know. I'm intrigued to see how I'll do, because I think it's kind of a mystery. I did pretty good, obviously, at Northwest where we won the race, so I don't know if it drives similar. Hopefully it does, and we'll have the same pace and hopefully be able to win the race. But I think my chances there are going to be decent. Top 5 finish. Just Watkins Glen is kind of on one of my worst road courses than Sonoma, which I guess we went to Sonoma earlier this season. So not necessarily looking forward to Watkins Glen, but I think we can make it through round 1 pretty easily with the help of all the bonus points and everything that we've accumulated. Texas, Michigan, I feel like they're both kind of draft tracks, and then Talladega. Actually, pretty much the 4 next races after that are more kind of draft and manipulate the air kind of races. So, which we've been pretty good at so far this season. I feel pretty good about my chances to get into Homestead. Obviously, accumulating like 20 playoff points throughout the season has really helped. I don't actually know, I guess, with Schaefer how much he's at now that he has tonight's win. So I think we might be maybe tied, or we might have 1 or 2 above me, but I'm feeling pretty good about my chances to get into Homestead.
Awesome, man. Well, I know I got to bring it up because I know you said it almost turned into a fuel mileage race there. How much fuel did you guys have in the tank? Because I honestly thought you guys were going to have to come down pit road and make a pit stop there at the end.
Yeah, I think at the end I want to say maybe a lap and a half to 2 laps to the good. So if we would have had an overtime, I would came down pit road. But yeah, I mean, we were close. It was just I don't know. It was probably a good thing with it's really hard to save fuel when there's not like the pack. I guess tonight after all the wrecks and stuff like that, we had like 6 or 7 cars in the lead pack, so it would have been really difficult to save fuel with so little cars. So it's probably for the better that we didn't have to worry about it too much.
Well, again, great job here tonight, coming home on the podium. And of course, before we let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I want to give you a huge shout out. I want to shout out to all the fans out there, the drivers tonight for showing up, the league admins for putting everything together, and I guess Schaefer too for winning the race tonight. So congrats to him.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium. Good luck next week as the playoffs start, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
That was your second place finisher, Cedric Hunter. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, Eric Schaefer. Eric, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, brother?
Man, you did exactly what I thought you were going to do there at the end. You and Cody Kinsey there kind of fell back a little bit, tested the water, got a big run. I saw you get up into the wall a little bit, broke your momentum, but it had 3 laps to go, and I knew you guys were going to have another shot at it. And ultimately got yourself the win as there was a big wreck behind you. Talk us through those last couple laps. Like I said, I kind of called it that you were going to fall back a little bit to try to get the run there. Was that ultimately what you guys were trying to do, and was that the strategy with that the final laps to go?
Yeah, I was hoping Cody was going to get up there in front of me so I could push him to the win. But he was like, nah, we'll just do whatever. And I was like, all right. So we started going. And yeah, getting up into the wall in turn 1, I don't know what happened, man. It just like kind of sucked me in, kind of like the ARCA cars do. But no, all in all, good race, good finish, good run. The last few laps, I told Cedric because I saw that him and Stubblefield both had damage, so I was just kind of riding 30 to 40, maybe no more than 50% throttle behind them guys, and I was able to get runs up on their outside just because of the damage that they had. And I was just testing the water to see how it was going to be, and I told Cody, I said, look, man, 2 to 3 to go, we need to try to go up there, and we did. And it ultimately it did not pay off for him, but it did pay off for me, so we will take it.
Well, you had a really exciting race tonight overall. You going for the lead at one point, completely lost the back end, kind of came around on you, came down across the track. Big one happened. You were able to get away unscathed. And then, again, just a wild night for you overall. But coming home with the win and sweeping Daytona. What kind of, do you have an idea what happened there on that wreck? I know you came over the radio and really said you didn't really know. Did the back end just get loose, or did you get a little contact from behind?
Yeah, Cody was pushing me down the straightaway like hard, really good, and as soon as he let off of me, before like I even turned the wheel to turn into the corner, the back end came around, and I was like, "Oh Lord, here we go!" And once it got down on the apron, I had a little bit of control, but I mean, I tried to drive through it the best I could to keep it down there, and it just slid back up. And as soon as it slid back up, them guys behind me had nowhere to go. And like I told them, I apologize, but I couldn't do nothing. The biggest problem is that the track temperature tonight was 134 degrees, and it was causing the cars to get loose. Like Cedric said, there was a couple laps that in the middle of 1 and 2 just by himself that he was getting loose down on the bottom. And I don't know if that affected me by going across that seam with the way the track temperature was, but yeah, it automatically just turned itself. And yeah, I hated it for all them guys.
Yeah, it seems like a couple of drivers were having some issues with the car getting really loose here tonight. But yes, you sweep Daytona. You win both Daytona races. You had a good run at Talladega. We've got Talladega in the playoffs. We start with Myrtle Beach in the playoffs to begin with short track. How do you like your chances at the short track there in South Carolina?
I love short tracks, man. I don't know if I'll be able to race it or not. I got some things going on that weekend, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But if I show up, I'll be there. But no, Myrtle Beach is one of my favorite tracks on the short track scene. It's a shame it's gone, no longer in existence, you know. But no, it's a great track for us, and we look forward to going there and seeing how we do against the rest of these guys.
As a person from New England who used to go down to Myrtle Beach for vacation every year and go to that track, it is an absolute shame that that track is gone. You're absolutely right. But
Yes, sir.
man, getting the win here tonight feels pretty good. I know before we let you go, Eric, I got to say again, congratulations on the sweep at Daytona. And before we let you go, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, shout out to you, Josh, for putting this on. Really appreciate you guys over here at Intensity Broadcasting. Shout out to all the admins. Shout out to all my DVR teammates, especially Cody for giving me that push at the end right there. And a huge shout out to Josh Lokovich tonight as filling in as the interim admin / race controller. There was a couple of issues at the beginning where he was trying to get these sessions going for us, and there was a couple of issues, and he had to spend his money to get them right. But huge shout out to him, man, for making everything happen tonight for us.
Yeah, we had a couple hiccups here at the beginning of the race as well, but we were able to get things going. And again, congratulations on the win here tonight. Good luck in the playoffs. I know you said you might miss the first race, but hopefully you're able to continue on in the playoffs, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, man.
You as well. So that was your race winner, Eric Schaefer, here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. That's going to do it for us here tonight in the SimRap Market National Series. Of course, we want to thank everybody again for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Kick. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, don't forget to check out our great partners down below, including simrapmarket.com. If you're looking for a new iRacing paint, check out the link below down at simrapmarket.com. You can also check out our great website over at intensityracing.com if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, or you just want to pick up some of Atlee Atman Weesa's swag as well. Check out intensityracing.com or get a quote today over there as well. Of course, we can't forget about our great partner over at the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics, the award-winning line of Butt Kicker products that users feel low-frequency sounds. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products down below at thebuttkicker.com. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Again, don't forget to tune in 2 weeks here from Myrtle Beach Speedway. Of course, we're going to be live again on Tuesday night with the Shoney's Doghouse Racing League, so don't want to miss that Xfinity Series as well. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.